to relive the glory days within their beloved alma mater and rekindle the bliss of once being a student. I wish our entire GLBIMR family a very good morning and welcome you all to this webinar under Alumni Talk series titled Challenges in Business During COVID-19. Today, I, Radhika Malhotra, is delighted to welcome our dignitaries, Dr. Ajay Kumar Sir, Director GLB IMR, distinguished alumni, faculty members, and all our students to this Alumni Talk series organized by GL Bajaj Institute of Management and Research. GLB IMR is continuously emerging and evolving as a center for academic excellence. And here, I feel thankful to our visionary leader, Honorable Vice Chairman, Mr. Pankaj Agarwal ji, and our august icon, our respected director, Dr. Ajay Kumar Sir, under whose able guidance in this time of pandemic COVID-19, we have been able to organize Alumni Talk series in GL Bajaj. GL Bajaj Institute of Management and Research began its journey in 2007 and has grown with each batch in terms of excellence and strived for more success with each passing batch. And it shows by the heights of success that a panel of alumni have scaled in their professional careers. Let's hear it for GLB IMR. So, this interaction today is an example of the strong bond we have with our passed out batches. This has been made possible because of the dedication you all have shown towards your institute even after passing out. As you all are aware, that the rapid outbreak of the coronavirus has presented an alarming health crisis that the world is grappling with. There has been a significant commercial impact which is being felt globally. The business impact of the epidemic has been immense in terms of loss of jobs, change in the market trends, and enforced lockdowns in various nations. Today, we are here to understand your opinion on the current scenario of the market structure, job conditions in the current and post-COVID-19 environment, and also request you all to dwell upon challenges faced by you in your business domain during COVID-19 and share your tips for preparing students for post-COVID-19 challenges. We also look forward to your suggestions for your junior batch, which is currently in run. Coming forward, a leader is one who creates more leaders with ripple effect. One such visionary leader is Dr. Ajay Kumar Sir, Director GLB IMR, who has been working with batches of students year after year and creating many leaders. Sir has a rich experience of more than 3 decades and has worked in many diverse fields and authored books on various titles. We at GLB IMR are fascinated and blessed enough to scintillate under the proficiency of this great leader with a prime objective to be exuberant and to be the best management institute. I would now like to request Director Sir to please deliver the welcome address. Please, sir.
Good morning, everyone, and happy social distancing during this pandemic.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, good morning. All of you must be on your duty too, that's what I believe, and must be maintaining social distancing and must have masked your face also while you are in offices. So, though time is tough, but all the successful people or those who want to remain in the race, they excel, they remain positive, and they work hard. Although with this pandemic, the economic environment of the country that has been widely disrupted, challenges are many, but again India or Indian companies you can say, or Indian economy you can say, is bound to revive with the positive assurance and positive support of the government of India, who primarily announced about care for human being first and then the economic conditions. But the economic impact of coronavirus pandemic in India has been largely very, very disruptive. The World Bank and rating agencies had initially downgraded India's growth for fiscal year 2021 with the lowest figures India has seen in 3 decades since India's economic liberalization in the 1990s. However, after the announcement of the economic package in mid-May, India's GDP estimates were downgraded even more to negative figures, signaling a deep recession. On 26th May, CRISIL announced that this will perhaps be India's worst recession since independence. The State Bank of India research estimates a contraction of over 40% in the GDP in the first quarter of the year 2021. Within a month, unemployment rose from 6.7% on 15th March to 26% on 19th April to 32% on 25th May. During the lockdown, an estimate of 24 crores people lost employment. 24 crores. More than 45% of households across the nation have reported an income drop as compared to the previous year. The Indian economy was expected to lose over 32,000 crores every day during the first 21 days of complete lockdown, which was declared following the coronavirus outbreak. Under complete lockdown, less than a quarter of India's 2.8 trillion economic movement was functional. Up to 53% of businesses in the country were projected to be significantly affected. Supply chain had been put under stress with the lockdown restrictions in place. Initially, there was a lack of clarity in establishing what an essential is and what is not. But the lockdown, as we see, and was supposed not to be a permanent or long-lasting feature, so we are going to open our economy, and most of the organizations have started working now. But still, the unemployment that remains a big challenge, and the production side also, it has got widely affected. 2 days back, I think on 26th or 27th, Hindustan Group, I can say, it closed its 4 manufacturing units and 4 different newspapers also, leading to unemployment of around 1,800 people at one go. You must have heard through different news also that many of the companies, airlines, including your service sector companies, including manufacturing companies, car manufacturing companies, they have been laying down the employees because of no production or zero production or negative growth. So under such circumstances, there are a lot of challenges with which all of you must be facing, because you are part of industry, you are working in a company, and you are supposed to contribute towards further revitalization of the economy and growth of the economy in our country. So with this background, I would invite all of you to throw light one by one, or as being commissioned by Ms. Radhika Malhotra, and let us understand what are your opinions, how do you feel, and how do you feel that the economy, Indian economy, can be revived, and how are you going to contribute towards this complete disruption of the Indian economy. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for dwelling such beautiful thoughts and the exact factual information about COVID-19. So before we proceed further, I would like to inform the panel that the time duration for each speaker is 6 minutes. It would be great if we stick to the time limit. Secondly, audience, if you have any questions during the discussion, please type them into the question box in your Zoom panel. And I would also like to mention that you will have to re-log in again after another 15 minutes from now with the same Zoom ID and passwords.
Okay, ma'am.
So, yeah, to start off with, I would now like to start the discussion and call on the panel to present their views. I would like to call Mr. Pulkit Rastogi, Manager Sales and Marketing. He is part of our 2019-11 batch. Since graduating, he has worked in various fields and moved quite a bit through the country, which has given him varied experience. Pulkit has moved into the automobile sector early on during his career. Presently, he is stationed in Ahmedabad and working with Mahindra and Mahindra's automobile division. So may I request Mr. Pulkit to please start the session?
Thank you. Thank you so much, Radhika ma'am, for inviting me. And I'm very grateful to be here today. And and good morning to all of the viewers who are viewing me, and hope you are all staying safe and staying at home and taking good care of yourself. So starting, I hope you can see my video because it is sticking up in between.
Yeah, it is visible, Pulkit ji.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so I'm starting since the time limit is 6 minutes, so I'm directly coming to the point. So what are the challenges that we are facing in our business in automobile industry? So I just wanted to depict some of the very important points that you have to know, and the students who are aspirants for automobile industry, they must have know, and what they have to prepare to be into it. So what the main factor, the three elements which are driving automobile industry is, I just wanted to share, is the first is financing part. And financing part, you must have aware when the lockdown have been imposed in the month of March. There has been a term of moratorium. You must have listened it. So when the moratorium has been announced, hello.
Yes, you're audible.
Yeah, all the nationalized bank has stopped funding to NBFCs, and so forth. The NBFCs have stopped funding to all automobile sector. So NBFC is a non-banking financing corporation. You must have aware that all the 70 to 80% dependency of automobile industry in commercial vehicle is NBFCs. So there's a kind of fear. That's a kind of fear that everybody is facing. कि अगर मैंने funding कर दिया तो मेरा पैसा वापस आएगा कि नहीं आएगा. So that stopped the whole chain. And the second thing is all the way that who are into the market as our dealers. The dealer has a very huge stock and without income. So the cash flow and the liquidity in the business has gone down, and all the sales pipeline has been washed up. So this is the scenario. And one more thing I just wanted to depict is this is nothing like a post-COVID, and COVID is all around with us and will be there until or unless any vaccine will be there. So we have to live with the COVID post-lockdown. We can say post-lockdown, and so many new normal have been imposed. We have to live it like that. So I'm coming back to the main thing that I was talking about, the crunches faced by dealers in automobile dealers, cash flow, liquidity, and manpower, salary, and all. So this all these things has scratched up the entire process in our business. And third most element is my customer. It is that is seen that the purchasing power and the budgeting of the customer has been reduced by 10 to 30%. So if any customer wanted to buy a vehicle of 10 lakhs, it will now buy a vehicle of 6 to 7 lakhs. This is a three element which is majorly impacted in automobile industry. So that's what I just wanted to say. And one more thing, I just wanted to tell you some positive sides that we have seen in our business is we have seen that the new normals are coming in, and the social distancing and avoiding public transport. People are more intended post-lockdown. I'm talking about post-lockdown. People will be more intended to buy their personal vehicle to avoid the public transport and be in the social distancing. There is a research has been done. So many researchers and industries. So they are saying that the post-lockdown. I just wanted to share some data which are saying that the automobile industry will grow by 6 to will grow up in 6 to 9 months back. So 63% of the customer wanted to buy their vehicle within the 3 months of post-lockdown. and the industry have seen a clear preference of personal vehicle is about 55%. So 62, and the one more thing, the all around, if you can see, the digital revolution is going, and the companies are starting developing their ecosystem into digital platforms. So it is hardly seen that the 62% of the customer are using online platform nowadays. Uh, that is all I wanted to say, and I just wanted to suggest all the students who are they must be prepared further to get into the, if you wanted to get into the jobs and opportunity, they have to be like that. I wanted to tell, if you in the given time, if you see all around, the companies are more focused in going in digital and maintaining their ecosystem. And this is a scenario, there will be so many restriction in gathering or organizing marketing events and retail activities. So companies and brands are more focused on digital activities and lead generation by digital platform. So I will suggest all the students, they must have hands-on skill on digital marketing, digital and everything that I wanted to share. And thank you so much. That's all I wanted to share.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Pulkit. You have very beautifully explained the financial the financial sector that it is facing currently in the current scenario. And you have explained very beautifully the consumer behavior now, that we are expecting a boom in the
Yes.
hello.
Yes.
Yeah, we are expecting a boom in our own in our own transport to avoid the public transport again.
Right.
And
Right.
yeah, and the consumer preferences towards having, whether it is a 2 vehicle or 4 vehicle. So thank you, Mr. Pulkit, and also emphasizing on the digital marketing course that the students should pursue now.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. Now I would
Thank you
I would like to introduce Mr. Satyam Srivastav. He is part of our 2009-11 batch. He is the co-founder and COO of Rent Easy, South Asia's first peer-to-peer marketplace. Satyam has been part of many startups and has gained experience while working from the ground up. So may I request Mr. Satyam to please carry forward?
Thank you everyone for inviting me, and it's still 9 minutes left to 12 o'clock, so I'll address everyone as good morning everyone instead of good afternoon. Okay, so first of all, COVID-19 has impacted each and every sector that could possibly we can imagine. Okay, so if we can start, if we can think about that, every human being or every individual who works or earns out of a single way, or maybe works in a different companies or owns a company, falls into different categories of economic sectors, right? So every company that works or that is dependable on the spare disposable income of an individual, okay, that company or that sector is going to suffer for a longer period of time as compared to other sectors. For example, travel and hospitality sectors are going to suffer much harder as compared to an IT sector, I would say, or a manufacturing sector. Okay. Or let's say a beauty or anything related to beautification sort of thing would suffer much more as compared to a manufacturing unit. Okay, so if we take the basket of life, which is what the economic term is, the basic necessity of basket of life, the remaining portion that we save is usually spent on leisures and everything. Okay, so every other company which is dependent on that segment of money, customers' money, will be suffering a huge lot of amount when it comes to purchasing power and everything. Okay, so these sort of companies will be suffering a huge deal and maybe it will take another a year or a half that, but they will be suffering more than that. It may take us, and to be very honest, jobs are going to lose from there. People are going to be fired from there, but the economic revival at the end of we are expecting somewhere around 2 maximum by 2 years. So for 2 years, I believe that yes, there will be shortage of jobs, but as always, survival of the fittest will always be the thumb rule of the game. Okay. So my suggestion is to everyone that okay, if that you're looking for a job or you're going to get out of college in next couple of months, then you should work on a certain skills which can help you by staying inside, or certain employability factors could be increased for you. For example, getting trained in Tableau and R. Tableau takes approximately 15 days to get trained in. It's a digital marketing and analysis software. It's completely free of cost. You can get trained at home only. Although R, the language R is a bit complex, but because to do analysis in R, you need to do a complete code. You need to write a complete code to get a single analysis out of a data sheet or an Excel sheet. So it's a bit complex, but yes, the employability factor, getting these 2 degrees for a fresh graduate out of a college makes you higher, gives you a higher chances of employability as compared to getting just a normal degree of economics, marketing, or HR or finance. Because these 2 degrees, actually, these 2 certifications will actually get you a more higher employability factor. And be prepared, brace yourself, to be very honest, because economic revival might take a bit time. So always have a plan B, which is always dependent on getting your skills updated, getting market ready actually, because once this COVID-19 thing is past us, people will look for certain people, companies like us, let's say, because I am working with a couple of startups as well as on advisory board. So we are hiring people only based on certain skill sets, which can be done, which can be used only from home instead of, so we are not expecting them to travel a lot and everything. So we are just hiring those people who can work from home and still get the work done. Okay, right. For example, mine is a peer-to-peer rental marketplace. So my company depends on my whole company's idea depends on people getting out of home and expecting to rent something which they want as an instant gratification sort of a thing. Okay, so right now all these segments will be suffering because of this COVID-19. So we are trying to mold our way to make sure that we don't have to fire anyone, although we can just put our operations on hold so that we can survive for a bit longer as far as the company is concerned. And similarly, we are recommending all these to our companies on board, which I'm as an advisor on those companies. We are recommending the same things to those companies as well, so that we can instead of firing people, we can help them longer and we can train them to be working from home and with a certain skill set, which will eventually be helpful for the company and as an individual for them as well. That would be my summary actually from my side.
Okay.
Excellent.
Thank you, Mr. Satyam. We are just left with less than 1 minute. So I would request all the panelists and all the audience to please log in again after the session completes. So because we'll have question and answers round as well. The alumni who have already spoken should also please join the session again for the question answers. Right. So, Mr. Satyam, you have very nicely told us about the basket of life, in which we actually look out for the disposable income for the leisure part as well. Right. And you spoke about that the students should work on the, wherein he has also emphasized on for the students to learn Tableau and the R language, and also to have plan B to be market ready for the coming future time. So thank you, Mr. Satyam. Now I would like to introduce Mr. Devojit Sarkar, Network Manager handling North Zone. He is part of a 2010-12 batch. He is working in the automobile sector and has 7+ years of experience in the same. Currently, he is working with Honda Motorcycle and Scooter Private Limited as area manager. So over to Mr. Devojit.
Hello, everybody. Hi, all. I would say good afternoon. It's past 12. So, as our seniors like Mr. Pulkit and Mr. Satyam discussed all the present scenarios that we are facing due to COVID, like I would say presently there is more panic situation in the amongst the public and the students and everyone, like, because it is spreading like in masses in a very quickly, in a very you can say arithmetical manner. So my agenda of today's webinar would be like, I have limited it in two areas, like challenges that we are facing and the students what they should do more so that to increase their employability rate. So currently, the automotive industry, specifically the two-wheel industry, that is facing like currently the plants are not running because the different types of you say small units are situated. They are located in different states, so the logistics is definitely hampered by this. You know, in a assembly line, the of your vehicle has to be manufactured, different parts are assembled. You can say harness, the tire, you can say the headlights, everything. All of these are not manufactured by only a single company. They are manufactured by small different units. So you can say a manufacturing unit employs a hell lot of people, okay, in the industry. So all of those are actually impacted, and I would say this corona has given an opportunity also, because from past so many years we have been affecting the our environment in a negative manner. So like it has given a positive, I would say not a COVID positive, it has given a pause to everything, to every operation, so that our environment can revive. Okay, so taking on a positive note, this what should be our next actions? Okay, and currently, like in the past, from 2 to 3 years, automotive industry has been facing many more challenges other than like the current COVID, like the GST rates, like the insurance premium that has gone high. Okay, so now you have to pay 5 years insurance, which as compared to like earlier for 1 year or 3 year, whatever it was, depending upon the vehicles. And plus, in addition to that, like in some states, the dealerships are currently running with many limitations. Like if Maharashtra, you cannot open in today's date the what you say the sale outlet uh, as compared to Delhi, as compared to you can say Haryana, as compared to say Gujarat. So India is like India's, India's demographics are like you. It gets changes every state to state. Okay, so for the coming time, I would say you have to be more specialistic than be generalistic. Okay, we have to be the best in our field. So whether you are from HR, whether you are from marketing, whether you are from finance, you have to be the I would say best, but specialist. And you should, your employability rate should be more as compared to the other students. Okay, because they are like IIMs and IITs, but ultimately organizations are not run by only IIMs and IITs. There are other students also, there are other people also who have very good skills, who have very good you can say uh, they can run the organization as leadership skills and everything. So I would also say recommend students that try to be involved into small businesses. Try to be a reseller, okay, for a small period of time. At least you will gain an experience. Okay, what the real world is actually. So this COVID gives like a very positive. So I would say it's a lingo. Okay, for me that lingo does means that connecting opportunity, virtually introspected, diverse, discovered. Okay, so it is like you like connecting to all. Okay, virtually, and introspecting yourself, and ultimately discovering what new ways of business can be ventured. Okay, and as Mr. Pulkit said, the coming era is of you say digital. I would little bit you say enhance that term, because coming rise of phygital, that is physical presence wherever it is required, and in addition to that, rest of the part is being covered by digital. Okay, so like physical presence plus digital, both the terms being combined, and that is how the organization is working. That is how Honda is being working from, you can say, past 1.5 years. Okay, and currently I would say ki, finally I would say ki, students should have expert hands on whatever they gather knowledge or whatever skills they are acquiring. Okay, they should have expert hands, and they should have that practical implication on any business, so that obviously if you don't generate revenue for any organization, then you are no useful, or you should have at least some input, so that your employer can see that potential you can for the coming 2 years or 3 years, whatever it takes. Depends upon organizations to organizations. In addition to that, there is, I would say ki, like there is no other way, like you can escape from this situation. So you need to emphasize on whatever your faculty members are teaching you, and bringing that teaching and knowledge into the practical implications. Plus, this would help you to compete in this today's market scenario. That would be all. Any questions, you can directly contact me, or like give it to the chat box.
Right. Thank you so much, Devajit ji. So you have very nicely dwelled upon saying that nature has given a pause to every operation for, cleaning the environment, to reviving the environment. And you have also advised our students to be specialists rather than being a generalist. Then you also spoke about, going digital, and for the students to increase their employability rate by working in, even if necessary, in small areas. So thank you so much, Mr. Devajit.
Thank you.
Now I would like to introduce Mr. Chandan Kumar, founder director of Craft Your Career Education Private Limited. He is a part of 2011-13 batch. He is a counseling psychologist and assists individuals in the field of careers, and is assisting in training of individuals. He was a member of Asia Pacific Career Development Association and Association of Indian Psychologists. Till date, he has counseled more than 5,000 students and 100 professionals. So my young students, I think you need to have good questions for him. Okay, so over to Mr. Chandan Kumar.
Okay, thank you so much for a warm welcome, ma'am. Also, I'm thanking to our GL Bajaj team for organizing such a wonderful interaction during this tough time for our students. And also, students are fortunate to be part of this particular such kind of initiative. It's true, COVID-19 crisis has greatly impacted on not only the health of humankind, but also hit the economic into deeper crisis. And also during this time, all of the business entities globally have suffered loss of business, negative cash flow, loss of profit, and massive fall in revenue. Yeah, I'm a management guy, as well as I'm working as a psychologist and counselor. So definitely I'm actually feeling the heat of this COVID-19 crisis among the professionals, because I counseled a number of professionals as well as students. They are lot more confused during this particular time. They are stressed, they are depressed, what they need to do and how they can cope up with this particular slowdown situation. Definitely, I completely agree with our Honorable Director Ajay sir. Also, employment rate has surged to over 25% from pre-pandemic situation, right? Also agree with the Pulkit sir and Satyam sir as well. Now the thing is all established industries are suffering losses. Definitely the major setback on startups as well, because as I am running a startup, so definitely I am feeling actual heat of this particular COVID-19 crisis. startups have been impacted as a funding problem, right? They are not able to manage the businesses as well, because the working professionals are not able to work with 100% efficiency, just because of the missing of the physical relationship, physical movement, right? So definitely those, and especially in the informal sectors like education industry, right? Education industry, as well as the daily wages labors. And being in education industry, because I belongs to the education industry, so I can relate more into related to education industry, as well as I'm from the marketing management field. So definitely I can relate those things. Like in education sector, still lots of developments required. Digital platform already implemented 10-year back or 15-year back, but still in Indian context we are not able to adapt our complete digital infrastructure in our institutional setups, whether it is related to schools, whether it is related to institutions or higher studies, universities or colleges, as well as coaching centers, right? So definitely this pandemic situation, this COVID-19 crisis is the boon for this online learning platform, so that after this particular thing, definitely organizations implement this particular thing. And rightly mentioned by one of our senior, like 60 to what I think in even in the institutions as well, 60 to 40% ratio is included as a physical interaction along with the digital platform, right? Now I also mention, like in the startup, definitely lots of pros and cons are I am facing, just like loss of profit as well, definitely. But yes, if you plan properly, especially even during this particular tough condition as well, so you will be able to get a lots of input from the market as well, lots of output from the market as well, right? Now this is that I explained you the scenario of the actual market here. Now what I think, I always advocate the multi-dimensional development of an individual. Multi-dimensional means, if you are a marketing, you are studying a marketing, you are studying a finance, so it doesn't mean you are completely focused on the finance things. Or especially if you are opting any particular topic or any particular field in the marketing, because the every industry, every field has a vast specification. So multi-dimensional development is like you have to develop n number of things in you, because right in modern era, the entrepreneurs or employers always searching a multifunctional professionals. Multifunctional professionals means they are not restricted their employees for their particular domain or particular work function. They required employees or individual who wants to do a majority of the task related to organization. Definitely I am running a startup, so I am little bit functioning related to marketing, related to financial thing, related to definitely I am an expert in psychology or career counseling, so I am doing that also. So you have to be a multifunctional during this particular time. Now you also have to be a field related skills, that is very important. I always advocate, and even these days I'm doing a training to our to many of the professionals as well, like most few are HR, few are school counselor, few are teachers, professors. So I used to give a training to upgrade themselves. So if I give the training to our to the professionals, so why not at the beginning of the at the beginning, when you started when you are about to join the professional world, so why you are not upgrade your skills related to your domain, related to your field? Definitely if here all we are in the management institution, so definitely I trained many of the HR guys, because now HR work with the human, work with the employee. So psychology and HR role plays a very impactful role into that. Even marketing, you have to be a lots of impact on this particular thing, right? So I always advocate related to field related skill development. I always advocate a multi-dimensional development of an individual. I always advocate the like a professional has to be prepare themselves as a and he has to be fit into the multifunctional role as well. So then only you will be able to cop up this particular market, because coming 2 year or 3 year, the definitely attrition rate will be high, and the employers always wanted like you have to be a multifunctional so that they can accommodate into the different dimensions as well, different work role as well. So definitely employer has a short of cash flow, and definitely the employees who are working under the particular organization, you have to be a very efficient or multifunctional role
required in the education sector, wherein we need to implement the digital platform in the education, again, whether it be schools or colleges, higher education. You have advised our students to become multidimensional in terms of talent and skills acquisition, and again to be multifunctional, and to acquire the field related skills, and to have the hands on experience starting from the ground level. So thank you so much, Mr. Chandan. So now I would like to introduce Mr. Abhishek Dubey, Manager Genpact. He is part of our 2012-14 batch. Finance graduate and has more than 5 years. Currently, Abhishek is working with Genpact India for a US MNC, working in supply chain finance, and has been nurturing a team of professionals under him. So over to Mr. Abhishek, please.
Switch on your audio.
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah, thank you, ma'am, for giving this opportunity. Thank you, GLBMR management, for the wonderful opportunity to share my views to the existing batch. And I was hearing to my super seniors. Thank you to all the super seniors and the Pulkit, Satyam, Devojit, Chandan sir very beautifully said that what requires in today's scenario in the COVID-19. Yes, it is true. The COVID-19 pandemic has brought fast-moving and unexpected variables, some of which existing crisis plans and teams weren't prepared to handle. Many companies successfully developed incident management plans specific to this crisis. And now looking ahead. So let's focus on what are the key points that we need to focus. So basically, I'll focus on the 3 points. What you can do now: leverage your crisis management team to mobilize your response effort in the immediate wake of the crisis. It can help you transit into what next. Number one. Number two, as you establish and shift focus on how to bring people back to work, assess your organization's responsible efforts to date and identify areas of real-time course corrections. And the last point, look to what organizational insights and crisis process and provided to help your strategies and capitalize on your opportunity for event-driven transformation. That is the high level what companies are facing nowadays. Now coming to the student. Now in the COVID-19 situations, I would like to focus on the key point what students need to do is. So it's true, COVID-19 has impacted our Indian economy to the great extent, but there is an opportunity also. If I talk about the global market, so where I'm involved into the global market, if I talk about the US market, there are 2 types of laborers in the market, like skilled laborers and the unskilled laborers. So what we are involved in the working is the skilled laborers. So comparing to the global market like US and India, so skilled market, skilled labor is costlier in the US market and the Indian market. And this current scenario, every company is looking for the cheap skilled laborers. So what is happening nowadays in the industry that we are working, like global MNCs, they are transitioning their work, especially in the skilled areas, to the country like India, where they can have the skilled laborers at a lesser cost as compared to their countries. I remember after the March and till as of now, we handled like 200 plus clients, and every client is adding their business like 200 in my account, in my department. I'm very proud to say like 200 peoples are added after March. It's not because that, yes, the market has impacted, but what they are doing, like they have to pay more salary, they are doing the cost cutting, and this is the way that giving the work to the Indian market. So I would request one to our existing batch, especially to focus on your skill, on your specifications, like Chandan sir has very beautifully said, like focus on the PDPs. It's a backbone of our curriculum. When you brush up your skills, that is going to help us to grow into the organizations. Especially focus on the Excel skills that is required in MNC. If you work in the finance domain, the Excel is the most powerful weapon to survive in the industry. You must know the start with the basic, come to the advanced Excel, because until and unless you don't have any specific skills in your hand, it will create a problem. Because today's scenario, they are all the companies are doing the cost cutting, and people are fired. But this is this is impacting to the great extent to the Indian market. But I'll be very happy to say, like into the MNC that have the work outside the India, that they are increasing their revenue as of now, because the Labour Party is transitioning day by day, and they required a such student, such employee who can have the ability to analysis to the great extent. And the Excel skills, jobs will be there in this industry. If I talk about the people having in finance background, if you have the good analytical skills, good Excel skills, jobs are there, no doubt. You have to work on your own skills specifically, no doubt. You will not get the job. But yes, I know the Indian market is survived, like to the like very great extent. Unfortunately, the impact of startups, if I talk about for small business, can be way more brutal, as they have scarce cash reserves and a similar margin of managing student slums. The ripple effects of a shutdown will have a key impact of the Indian economy, as I always said in the starting. As all business sectors get affected, resulting in how revenue generation due to eventually hits slumps on the scale of productions and services. It is expected that Indian growth, if I talk about in the fiscal year 2021, will be down to 2% from a range of 4.7 to 5.2, as were predicted earlier by rating agency ICRA. So it's better we can plan for tomorrow, and it's a good time for you all, each and every student. You have an ample amount of time to brush up your skills. The most important PDP classes, that is always the, if I talk about the PGDM course, that is the backbone. Like the PDP classes are the backbone of the PGDM, most important. And going to the current scenarios during this conversation, it is the utmost importance of the business to conduct a proper assessment of their fixed and variable expenses. So in the last, I would add only one thing to the current batch. Just brush up your skills, like our most super seniors have already added. I'll go with their words, and it is true. Yes, the experience with the past 5 years or 6 year of experiences, if you have your your personal skills like analytical and the Excel skills, you will survive. No one can stop you in the existing market and in the coming days. And you have to be ready into the digital way of practicing this one, because we don't know how much time it will take to come onto the platform. We don't know when we will go to the offices. Will offices will open permanently or in the partially? We don't know. We have to work with the systems, with our laptops sitting at home. We have to adopt this culture. And very specifically, when you go into the corporate culture, try to connect with each other. It's very important either way, because what we have in our organizations, like every Friday we create the Friday fund to connect each one, so that the connection of the people can be maintained. Because sitting at the home for the long time, people, they start coming gap to the person to person. So try to connect such an moment like people half an hour session. It's maximum, no problem. Because it will motivate you, it will brush up you. Try to share the thoughts. We create the ideas over the sitting at the home discussing over the Zoom IDs, over the Skype. We are creating the ideas, and these are adding to the value generation client, and they are very happy. I'm working with a global MNC that producing the chocolate in the US market, and that is worldwide. They have the monopoly in the chocolates, and now yes, sales has impacted, but company is working good, no issues. Some areas we have the different scenarios of lockdown in the rest of the world, but it doesn't like 100% lockdown, but they are adopting a different scenarios to brush up this, like the sales. And slowly the company is coming to the track. It will take time, no doubt, but it's the best time for you who are currently like studying, have an ample amount of time. Just go to the aptitude. Aptitude is the one and most major thing, like you who invites you to enter into the corporate, because be a mass of people having the degree, no matter, that makes you different, that have the aptitude skill. DI, mathematics, different. Apart from your course curriculum, you have to focus on the aptitude skills. That makes you very unique into the competitive environment. Trust me, it's very true. So I would request, so apart from your daily routine, just spare some time on your aptitude skills that is required by all the good companies into the market. And for this, I would rest my thoughts. Thank you.
Okay, Abhishek. You have advised the students to, focus on their specializations on the PDP classes, soft skills classes, and to brush up their skills, to come up and, to do the real-time corrections, and to capitalize on their opportunities, during this pandemic.
Yes.
So now, yeah. So now I would like to announce that we have been joined by Mr. Rishi Srivastava and Mr. Ashwin Tripathi as well. We welcome you, sir. Okay. Now I would like to introduce Mr. Himanshu Kumar Verma. May I request the audience to please mute their mic? Okay. Mr. Himanshu, he is part of our 2012-14 batch. He is a social media expert with 8+ years of experience and is regarded as one of the best in the country. Presently, Himanshu is working with KPMG as assistant manager in HR. He is founder of Uday Foundation NGO. Himanshu is one of the most prominent advocates of social media security and privacy, and he has been constantly using his social media expertise to combat against the issues of fake news on social media in Indian society. Himanshu is frequently invited on news TV channels such as NDTV, ABP News, CNBC, CNN News, 18, India News, Zee Business and News Nation, APN Prime News as well, to offer his expert opinion on economy, unemployment, HR, IT and cyber law. He has recently launched his news portal, Trust News, and you can now catch him live on various channels as an expert speaker. Over to Mr. Himanshu, please.
Thank you so very much, Radhika ma'am, and of course the entire GLB team, for giving me such a wonderful introduction. I would also like to thank all the seniors who were there, who shared their thoughts on this particular situation. I see the time around 7 minutes, 19 seconds on the board. So I think the best justice has been done to me. The timer is on to complete the 40 minutes. So I'll not take much of your time. Thanking all, my entire GLB family, my seniors, and the faculty members, director sir, giving me an opportunity to speak and come in front of you in this Corona Kal. I would state this as a Corona Kal, the COVID-19, and I would only, draw some light or highlight only the positives of the Corona Kal. Taking this jargon as Corona Kal, I'm sure this would, sound to you like a brand, like a CK, Calvin Klein. So I'm comparing that this Corona Kal to a brand where, and I would also want to give you a huge congratulations to the entire population who's seen this Corona Kal. This world now would be either a BC or an AC, that is before Corona or after Corona Kal. And mind it, this is an opportunity that this year 2020 when has come, it has come to us as the revolution year. When I say revolution year, it simply means, everything is being revolutionized. We have, we've seen riots in the starting of the year. We've seen earthquakes coming in. Yesterday only we've, experienced one such. We've seen fires in the jungle. We've seen, cyclones. We've seen locust, attacks. And last but not the least, the COVID-19 situation that we've been trying to combat or facing. So I would want to give you huge congratulations to all of you being a part of this and trying to combat all this. Second is, we are the lucky ones who have experienced these 5-6 months, and we're going to live this year strongly. Third is, I would only teach you how to tie up a shoelace. Shoelace simply, as a shoelace is there, that's only one thread which is there, and you need to tie both the ends of it. In that thread, I would just throw some words for you, positive words, which can give you that energy, which can give you that positive side of COVID-19 Kal. So the very few thoughts that I would throw onto you is, somehow we all know that, there have been cuts in the jobs. There have been a lot of, bad times in the economy globally and in India, but there have been positives also. What are these positives? We are not spending time, we are not wasting time on traveling, transportation, logistics. See, this webinar, which has been held, there was a lot of cost which GLB family would have incurred if they would have done this physically. But we've done this virtually. So we've incurred all the costs which would have been incurred, in organizing this seminar has transformed now into webinar. So there's an opportunity. Of course, we've also saved on time. That 1 hour or 2 hours or 3 hours of traveling is what has been saved. And as we already know, time is money. So here I, begin with the jargons for you to understand how this can be a positive, Kal for you. So first is the new normal. As you know, the overgrown beard, the hair, the mask, the sanitizers, no makeups, of course, and the most important is the internet, the virtual world. So these are the few things that you can ponder your thoughts upon and understand how can you leverage the possibilities of building this, virtual platforms strongly for you to help out, build some money, build some name, and also not just being an employee, but being an employer in this world. Don't try. See, whenever, a country talks about Atmanirbharta, what does that mean? That simply means that you have to hone some of your skill. In this COVID-19 situation, that one thing I did was I became an entrepreneur. When I say I become an entrepreneur, in my office going job, I never had time to think of something, new which I could bring onto my plate. And this is how, Trust News came into existence. This is a virtual platform where, it is on YouTube. We have a website. We are present on, Instagram. We are there on we are there on Twitter, all digital platforms where simply what we do is we try and tell you what is the fake news which is being spread. I, being known as a social media expert, it was my responsibility. Somehow, there were questions coming in for me that, there has to be something. I know there are alternative news, portals which are there. How are we different? We are simply different. We give you the entire dosage, the capsule of news in just 4 to 5 minutes. Yesterday only we launched a video where we've consolidated all the fake news which was being spread by the name of Shri Ratan Tata, and we've thrown that to the society with just 4 or 5 minutes of a video where you can understand how things happen. Second is, we also have a video where we've made people understand that this is not the first time the world is seeing lockdown or quarantine. This happened in the Great Plague also. So this is how we're trying to make the people aware. And of course, this also gets you self-stabilize things on the economic side also, where you employ people. I today have a team of around 12 people, which exists of some interns, few full-time people, and in the corona kal I was able to develop few jobs for these people. These interns were easily available on a very low cost. So this is how things have developed for me. So there comes the the new thought. What didn't work in this COVID-19 situation was religion, prejudices, leaders. What worked in this COVID-19 situation was doctors, the new ideas of sanitation, the internet, which is again the common in the entire thread, the internet and the virtual web I'm talking about. So understand where the opportunity lies. This opportunity lies in just these few words, which is the virtual, the web, the content, earning in dollars, YouTube, Twitter, digital platforms. And this is what you can, improvise on, bring your learning to that level and, help yourself, not just being an employee, but being an employer on your part. Somehow, some of your thoughts or maybe some of your ideas, some of your notion can, help you transform this blessing, in disguise into a blessing, as it's always said. Right. So I think we have just the last minute here. So, just coming to that thoughts, I have, internships with Trust News. Of course, I am also, publishing all the platforms here. You can subscribe our channel. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and you can also write to us on connect@testnews.in. We have humongous internships and full-time opportunities with us, for researchers, for video editors, for people who, who want to do some live videos with us, expertise, talks, and everything that you can, leverage in this, at this moment. And of course, we are paying also. So that means this is not only an opportunity to do a free internship, but this is an opportunity where you can hone your skills, come to that platform where you can live work on this and, do something good for the society. Thank you.
Right. Thank you, Mr. Himanshu. So you gave us the jargon Corona 19 Kal, wherein you have told everybody to focus on the positive side of this pandemic. And you have suggested students to, fetch their own entrepreneurial skills so that the employability rate goes up for them. And you also talked about leveraging the virtual digital platform in which we can again, gain a lot from that. So thank you so much, Mr. Himanshu. Moving on. Just a second. I would just take 10 seconds more. I would also share this entire opportunity with the director, sir, and then he can float this opportunity with the students. We've also hired people from, IMTs and few IM graduates as well for this venture. So I would also want my colleagues, in fact, my, juniors to be a part of this, platform. Thank you so very much.
Definitely.
Okay. So moving to Mr. Rishi Srivastava. He is the manager in sales and marketing. He is part of our 2012-14 batch. He began his professional career in sales and marketing domain. Currently, he is working as business head with NTAB Infotech, assisting educational institutions with softwares. So, Mr. Rishi, please, you may please start. And I would suggest and request all the remaining alumni to please stick to 5 minutes of the time period, because we need to start with the question and answers rounds as well. Yes, Mr. Rishi. Mr. Rishi,
he's there? I'm not able to see him.
Saurabh sir, kindly let us know.
Mr. Rishi is there in the room.
Okay.
उनको join करा लीजिए.
I have unmuted him also, but.
Dr. Arpita, I would request you to call him up, and I can take the another panelist.
Yes, sir. In the meantime, you can ask Vikas sir to continue. I'll ask.
Yeah. So now I would like to introduce Mr. Vikas Kumar Ojha, Assistant Manager, Account Support. He is part of a 2013-15 batch. He has been working with eBay since 2017. As part of his experience, he is certified in various courses like Sales and Distribution Management certification from IIT Kharagpur, certification in Global Marketing Management from IIT Roorkee. So, Mr. Vikas, over to you, please.
Thank you for the warm welcome, and good afternoon, everyone. And special thanks to Arpita ji. Thank you for following up and having me in this meeting. So, guys, we this is very insightful. I must say that we got to know about every sector experience, how they are facing, how they are coping up with this unprecedented situation. Yes, this is an unprecedented situation, and I believe in generation we never saw this. Even our parents were saying they never saw this and experienced such situation ever. And people comparing this situation with World War II, right? And let me briefly introduce my organization, that is eBay. You must have heard about this eBay. eBay is a marketplace where buyer meets the sellers, and our seller basically selling online to different countries, not in India, not domestically, but in different countries like USA, UK, Australia, etc. So in India, we face this situation, and we come to know about this situation in March. But let me tell you, we started facing, or we started getting some sort of information about this COVID-19 in January, in mid of January only, where seller, in suddenly they got, huge sale in surgical items like surgical mask, even sanitizers, disinfection liquids. They started selling, and in different category as sellers selling products like automobile and health and beauty products. They also started selling this surgical mask. Later, government introduced this as an essential items. They suspended the selling of such items, and people started selling some other items like aloe vera gel and related product, which helps buyers to make sanitizer out of it. So basically, the thing is, if you say that COVID-19, we came to know in March, but the people around the world was started facing this issue from January onwards. And I here would like to say that no need to worry about this situation. Stay focused, stay calm, and take this as an opportunity. I always say, problem is opportunity, right? Here, the sellers who were selling the automobile part started selling the sanitizer. Why? Because they got the opportunity in that particular category. Later, when government restricted the item and products, they started new inventory. Then started selling new product line, right? And we, as an organization, helping our sellers, giving them some sort of financial relaxation where they are able to pay the fee, eBay fee, very late, so that they can sustain with the organization. I can see someone was asking if the problem, if they are not able to sell the item, how to interact with the customers or the client, right? If look, my seller is not able to sell right now. In fact, many of the countries still in lockdown. So what we are conducting Zoom meetings, virtual meetings. We are getting in touch with the sellers, asking them how they are coping up with this situation, how they are feeling, and we are helping out. We are raising their concerns to the upper management. So basically, if you are saying that you are not able to sell, then again you need to regular talk with the sellers, regular talk with the customers, so that, because after COVID-19 situation, they are the whole and soul client for you. They will be the person who will be selling or buying your product, right? And secondly, take this as an opportunity. I am learning new skills every day. This is very, very, very good opportunity, I must say, where you can, sit, relax, and can learn new skills. Please learn advanced Excel. This will be very helpful, and you can easily go to any, open platform like YouTube. You can learn advanced Excel from there. There is one website, swam.gov.in. From there, you can learn various skills free of cost. In fact, you get certifications too, and that would be very nominal fee, right? And second, as Mr. Chandan was saying, you need to be multi-dimensional. I am part of my newsletter team too. So what we used to do initially, pre-COVID-19 situation, our plan was to, publish newsletter to give brief introduction and happenings internally for the sellers, what we are doing, what in organizational change happening to the internal stakeholder. But after this COVID situation and during this lockdown, what we are doing, we are conducting Fun Day Friday, and we are conducting Zoom meetings, Zoom personal, virtual meetings and Zoom parties too, so that people can get engaging and people can get, get the information in a correct way and most funniest way possible, right? So you have to be more multi-dimensional, learn about various things, technical analysis, learn data analysis, and start with Excel. If you start with Excel, that is very
Mr.
easy,
Vikas,
very
please
basic.
wrap up.
Yes. So in conclusion, I would say take this as an opportunity. No problem is opportunity, and be multi-dimensional and learn whatever you like. If you like cooking, go ahead and explore the cookings. Thank you.
Right. Thank you, Mr. Vikas. So you have advised our students to learn new skills. You have explained the functioning of the supply chain of eBay and have told us about the customer perspectives. Thank you so much. So now I would like to invite Mr. Rishi Srivastava, 2012-14 batch, who is the manager sales and marketing. He is working with the business head with NTAB Infotech and assisting the educational institutions with softwares. So over to Mr. Rishi, please.
Yeah, thank you very much. I greet each one and I hope everybody is keeping safe. So I'll not talk much about COVID and everything because most of my friends have already did it. I will tell you as a team leader, maybe as a business head, challenges I feel during time when we hire the fresh management people or fresh technical people. So most of us have already said COVID, and same I also treat COVID is as an opportunity. It's an opportunity wherein it depends upon how we see. Yes, unskilled labels, it's a tough time, and eventually, once we are through it, we'll come over to it as well. What I have seen as a problem, I'll say that thing is, instead of once this COVID came, it taught us that a lot many things could be done by actually, making the best utilization of resources. Wherein now resources said, my friend Himanshu already said, for example, is if this would have been a physical webinar, or rather a seminar, I'm sure most of us, it will be difficult for us first of all to come, and then for the college level also, to invite and so the same has been done on Zoom. The same pattern we are following. I am working in an educational firm. We are a monopoly in the MR, that is mixed reality. So we are working on AI, artificial intelligence, ML, machine learning, IoT, Internet of Things. So basically, we are working for the technologies, how the efforts could be reduced. And this is what COVID has taught us. Before this, there were very few people who were, making use of Zoom, Google Meeting, Microsoft Teams, WebEx, and so. Now, the second thing which I found is we should work on our leadership qualities, on people skills, rather than on a salesperson. See, I belong to a sales background, so I can connect with this situation. Nobody wants to purchase anything from a salesperson. Everybody wants to be a consultant. Everybody wants a consultative approach. So instead of, as I was scrolling the chat box also, one of my friends said how to sell things. See, you cannot sell things. How? You'll be able to consultate, you'll be able to have a consultative approach, and then see. And don't panic, stay focused, work continuously. Apart from that, the foremost thing which I thought about sales is it's a building of relationship game. It's a relationship game. Spread positive word of mouth, it'll be spreaded, right? Apart from that, once again, my friend Abhishek also said, this is something that I feel a problem with the management trainee. The management trainee, you can say, or the fresh graduate. They have a very lack knowledge of the MS skills. Now here, once I say the Microsoft skills, it's Excel, it's PPTs. See, there are different analytics, different platforms available, be it a Tableau, ClickSense, Cognos, everywhere. But now also I see Excel is the best tool to evaluate your performance as a team level, as an individual, or whatever, right? So we should work on these technologies. Apart from that, try to focus on technologies as well. Try to learn about how artificial intelligence is, coming to market, how it will be capturing. So people at times, what I talk and feel, people are having threat that it's basically man versus machine. So I say it's not actually man versus machine, it's actually man with machines. So this is about it. Work on people skills, work on leadership qualities, try to be a part of active member of the teams. During this college time also, you have presentations. Try to be a part of that team, active part of a team. And this is it. Most of them have already talked about. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, there's an internet connection from my end. But this is it from my end.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Rishi. So you have suggested the students to develop their people skills, their leadership skills, and they should not panic in this time of pandemic. And you also talked about, utilizing the resources to the best of the best capacities. So thank you so much, Mr. Rishi. So now in the pipeline, we are left with three alumni. Now to welcome Ms. Prabha Singh, who is the cluster manager at Stanza Living. She is part of our 2013-15 batch. Since her graduation, she has been working with the banking sector. She has developed a plethora of skills and expertise along her way. So welcome, Ms. Prabha, and you can just start.
Thank you so much, Radhika ma'am. I would like to thank Dr. Arpita and the entire JLB management team for inviting me for this session. Hello everyone, and I hope all of you are doing well and are safe at your homes. So right now, in this current scenario, because of COVID-19, all of us are locked in our places and our houses. So currently, because of this, the industry in which I am working, I would like to introduce my industry. I am working with a student accommodation company. So it's a totally new concept in India. We have got this concept from UK, you can say, because herein we are actually providing managed accommodations to like residents, hostel, like students as well as working professionals in India. So this is all about what I'm working with. Right now, the kind of challenges and the issues that we are facing, currently there is no differentiation between student accommodation company and a hospitality industry. People are taking it as the same thing in India because there is no differentiation as of now. So I will consider this one into this particular kitty only, and I will not differentiate much about it. Right now, the highest number of layoffs that we are facing in the industry belongs to hospitality industry, which takes around 48% of the total like chunk of people working in this particular industry, which is very high. We really need to work and think on the perspective that how do we go ahead in future to make sure that the new players in the industry are able to work. Plus, obviously, we can see a lot of people are losing their jobs, and again, all my old like seniors who have like told us a lot of things about how can we retain ourselves in the industry via getting new skills, having new like quality, learning new things. Those are the things which is very, very essential for us to keep ourselves in this particular environment. I would like to like share a few data that I have with me right now. During this lockdown, the Indian economy, like first phase of the lockdown, which started from 21st of March, the Indian economy has lost around 7 to 8 lakh crores of money during the first phase only. So we can understand the kind of impact this particular lockdown and COVID has had on us. Now, what are the measures on which we can just stick so that we can improve, like we can maybe save our economy, and the small bits of initiatives that can be done from our side to save our economy. Specifically, I'm talking about Indian economy is that we can supposed to So what I was saying is that we need to stick to the Indian products, Indian homemade things, just to ensure that we are able to save our economy, guys. And apart from this, what kind of business challenges that I have been facing in this particular industry right now is that we are a very much customer interactive, work process. But because of this COVID, we were not able to get in touch with our customers. We are not able to meet people, and that was very difficult for us. That how do we go ahead? Like a lot of people are talking that it's very difficult to have a connect with people, and that's how we suffered a lot. But now we have, with the help of technology, anyways, we were able to get that difference finished, and right now they're able to handle it pretty well. So I would just say, one of my alumni was saying that not fighting with the machine, we are supposed to work with the machines. That is something that we will have to stick to, and those are the major mantras for us to understand that how do we survive in this particular environment. That's all, and I would wish all of you all the best for your future. Thank you so much.
Right. Thank you, Ms. Prabha. So you actually told us how the hospitality industry has been impacted during COVID-19 and the challenges that you have been facing in your company as well. We need to actually work with the machines now and make it our, imbibe this into our culture now. So till we get back to the, So thank you so much, Ms. Prabha. And now I would like to invite Mr. Moving from the banking to the food aromas, I would like to introduce Mr. Bhaskar Tripathi, Key Account Manager, Zomato. He is part of our 2015-17 batch. And since his graduation from GL Bajaj, he has been working with Zomato in Jodhpur as a Key Account Manager. Over to Mr. Bhaskar, please.
Thank you, ma'am. Very good afternoon. Thanks to Director General Sir and Dr. Arpita ma'am. Special thanks to Dr. Arvind Bhatt also. Regular contact with me. So, now moving to the discussion, I would start with the one quote that we live in the crowd and we work in the crowd. This is what the food delivery right now was going before the COVID-19. But right now we have phased out many challenges in the delivery of the food delivery business, which has been a part of essential services also. Because as we started, we find out many of the suggestions from many of my alumni, seniors. There are many challenges, but the most important thing is that the belief in the customer's mind. How you have been able to create that belief factor that they have been able to go for online ordering. For that, we have been able to find out 5 different points. The first of them is the very simple. First is the hygienic condition of delivery partner. Here the delivery partner are the riders. Here 1 lakh of riders have been working right now for the Zomato. And what are the delivery partners' hygienic conditions? For that they need to be provided with the gloves, mask and hand sanitizer at every time. So this is a necessary requirement for them. Along with them, they the Arogya Setu app, which the government has been providing to each one of us to download and use it. Secondly, the places where the food has to be, the kitchens, the restaurant, because as most of the people have been, as Satyam sir or I think one of the alumni said, that the hotel industry and the tourist industry or the food industry has been very much impacted. They are impacted because there is a dine-in restaurant has been available. Only the takeaway restaurants have been available and the delivery has been available. So the kitchens are needed to be sanitized. For that purpose, we have been installed a WHO advisory, which includes the 7 key points in that. First thing, the staff need to have a mask and a gloves. Second thing, there need a temperature gun at every time to take the temperature of the staff as well as the rider also. Third thing, there need to be a proper sanitized kitchen after every 4 hours. And there are many other restaurant key points that needed to be there. Along with that how a customer would be able to bring back himself on a delivery platform. For that, right now, Zomato started a new section under the name of Zomato Market, in which we have listed the local vegetable stores, raw meat stores, prepaid food stores, as well as we have also added the different supermarkets in that listing, so that people can order the normal things, the normal necessary grocery items from Zomato platforms as well as. With that, there are the many of the safety tags which we have installed, because the people, the customers need to know that are they ordering from a safer place? The person who's delivering the food is not been affected from any of the COVID-19 case. I think many of you may have came to know about a case in Delhi, a pizza boy who was been delivering pizzas, and he was been infected from COVID-19 case. So seeing and studying from that case, right now in Zomato, from the month of June, you will be able to see the temperature of the rider also, while he will be delivering the food or grocery items at your doorstep. Now, the last and the important point is a contactless delivery. What is a contactless delivery? There is a one checkpoint at every restaurant. Like, for example, the food which is prepared will be put outside the restaurant, a place where the rider will be first of all having a hand wash, then he will be picking it. And he will be delivering that thing at the doorstep of every house where he has to deliver. This is the contactless delivery, which we have been practicing. And now, with you can see the trust and the belief of the customers for the online food delivery business have started. The people have started understanding that now the things are moving again in a proper manner. Now coming to the one more important point. What is about the riders' safety? They are risking their life for us, for delivering the foods for us. For that, the company has been provided an insurance as well as a proper accommodations for them also. Like, for example, if any of the rider has been affected from the COVID-19, he will be provided insurance in that thing, an insurance claim. Plus, with that, the accommodation facilities will also be there. Like, for example, home quarantine conditions and safety measures will be there. This is how right now the Zomato has been working. And with the new section of Zomato Groceries and Market, we have been directly working with the phase of a simple working conditions that to provide necessary items to the households, to the various customers of Zomato. Reason why the central
Mr.
government...
Bhaskar, you're left with 1 minute.
Yeah, surely. I'm just finishing this thing. And last few words for my juniors, there are many of the things that you need to get up, like data analysis, Excel sheet that has been discussed before to my work. But what I would request you that you need to have a 3 C's inside your mind. The 3 C's that I would like to refer is, first is your confidence, second is communication, and the third one is the content. If you're facing whatever there are severe conditions right now, but you need to prepare with these threes very well. You can win any of the fight with any of the person with these species. If you have been properly having a content knowledge, communication you have been having, and the confidence level with you would work. This is what I would like to say to you. Thank you, everyone, and thanks to each and everyone.
All right, thank you, Mr. Bhaskar. So you focused on telling us about the hygiene, hygiene measures that are being followed by Zomato. You have introduced Zomato Market, and it was a good, good enhancement of our knowledge as audience. Then you spoke about that the cycle of, the profits, the selling has come back for the Zomato, and that is a good news again. And you also spoke about the rider safety. So students, we can see that how hygiene and cleanliness has become the part and parcel of everybody's life. Thank you, Mr. Bhaskar. So now over to, we'll come down to Miss Anuja Agarwal, HR Head, QA Infotech Software Services Private Limited. We welcome you, Miss Anuja, who is part of our 2016-18 batch. Since her graduation, she has been working with this company in the HR department, and in her own words, Anuja has tried to establish her theoretical understanding into the practical work. So, Miss Anuja, over to you, please.
Thank you, ma'am. I hope I'm audible.
Yeah.
Yes. Very
okay. So, hello everyone, I'm Anuja, and as Radhika ma'am has already mentioned, I'm working with the HR department of QA Infotech. So we are basically into software services organization, as per the jargon, we can say the IT industry. So I'll start my talk with a little story here. Don't worry, it won't take much long. So recently, when I was completing about 2.5 years with this organization, I started having a little of second thoughts about my nature of work, the work that HR are, fancied to be doing, sitting behind a laptop or maybe resting and not doing much of the work. But recently, today, when I was preparing and listening to all these my seniors talking about their challenges and the acceptance of COVID-19 in their business domain, I realized that as a HR professional, today is the time when the HR is playing the most important role for an organization, because the major problem that is being faced by the HR domain is that the uncertainty, and the uncertainty is so deep, it is so eternal, that everybody is mentally kind of unstable. They are having a deep crisis in their minds, because nobody is sure when things are going to be normal to all of us. When are we going back to our workstation? When are we going to meet our colleagues again? When are we going to communicate with each other and work like we used to do before the corona thing happened? So today, the major challenge as the HR professional that I see in this domain is that the uncertainty. The uncertainty can only be fought with the positivity and the optimism if we see that what corona, like all my seniors have highlighted these points, that there are certain positive aspects of COVID-19 as well. So in order to tackle the uncertainty, we must believe that there are certain positive things that we can try out in this uncertain time. Okay. So like recently, I'll give an example. I have been trying to try my hands on several other domains as well as in education industry, because I was already having a knack for teaching and all. So I recently started honing my skills for that, and I developed a page, a website for my own freelancing educating services. And like this, all of us, each one of us must be having something or the other in which we can hone our skills and be a little confident about ourselves, so that we can easily surpass this uncertain time. Okay, moving on. When I talk about the business domain, another challenge that we are facing currently is the sudden shift in the work culture. Sudden shift in the work culture means that now everybody, almost all our employees, all our business partners, all our clients, which are located overseas as well, are working from remote locations. Mostly our homes have become our offices, right? So this becomes a major challenge for us human resource professionals, because we need to gather the data and everything, so that we can combine the data, we can collect the attendances, we can collaborate the salaries, we can help them with the taxes, we can help them with the investment. So this is becoming quite a challenge for us. And though Zoom, Soho, Google Meets, Microsoft, all these are coming to our rescues, and we are trying to build a rapport, communication with our employees as well as our employers and our clients. So remote location working is a bit challenged, and I think if we are kept in lockdown for a month or more, we'll definitely cope up with this challenge as well. Because as today we can see that we are organizing such a great event, webinar, with all the students of the current batches and all the alumni of the previous batches, with all the faculty members. I think this is a great achievement, and this is what we are looking for in the future as well. So there are some locations as well where the internet connectivity is not that good, or the employees are not that sufficient or well equipped with the devices and everything. So these challenges need to be dealt with carefully and very slowly. Okay. Now moving on.
Anuja, you are left with 30 seconds.
Okay. Okay, sure. So I'll let you know that the students who are into this crisis, whether they need to study or not, because the main challenge that the students are facing today, they are not sure whether the exams are going to happen or not, whether the PPTs, the team presentations, and the things that were a routine thing for us in GL Bajaj, like every week we were, burdened with the, not burdened actually, that time we must have felt like it was a burden. But today I really cherish that moment, that we were burdened with all the team presentations, and also nowadays what I can see that students are a little bit relaxed, but instead of relaxing themselves, they can try making their own presentations, they can try their skills, they can work on different languages like all our seniors have told, they can work on different cultures on how to accommodate their activities, how to accommodate their learning ability. They can join virtual classrooms which are already present on the free channels like YouTube, and our professors also I think are quite adept with developing virtual classrooms, and they are conducting them also. So instead of sitting idle and just being hopeless about everything, we can simply increase our efficiency to work in a normal new atmosphere. I think that's all.
Yeah, right. Thank you, Ms. Anuja. So you dwelled upon saying that today HR is playing an important role in, in the organizations, making people positive from moving from the uncertainty to the, to the talking about the new normal. And you have spoke about that the culture, the work culture has again taken a major shift. So the students must focus on their capabilities and emphasize on the learning, reading part, the virtual classroom. So thank you so much, Ms. Anuja. Okay. So that was a session worthy of us as teachers being proud of our passed out students. So from here, I would like to request the panelists to please, the panel members to please start. We'll start with the open house session, the question and answers round. And you will need to discuss on the questions that I'll be now putting on. So the first question from the audience is, what type of strategies are adopted by companies today to come out of the deep crisis during this COVID-19, and on things that the companies mainly need to focus on? I think we had a quite detailed discussion, but yes, this is a question from one of the students. So what are the strategies basically the companies must focus on today in the today's scenario? Anyone, any alumni can take the lead.
Sorry, Radhika ma'am, couldn't get your question. Could you please repeat?
Okay, I will. Yeah, I will repeat. Okay, the question is, what type of strategies should a company adopt today, in this situation of COVID-19 to overcome many hurdles that the people are facing?
Okay,
and to come out of this deep crisis.
Shall I take this?
Okay.
Yeah, please.
So, as per my opinion, I think one of the most important solution to this problem would be a regular communication with our teammates, with our employees, and with our clients. That would let the communication flow going on, and there will be no communication gap for this. Secondly, I think the companies can utilize this time and update their documents regarding their policies. They can make a little changes here and there in their policies, their work timing, and their shift cultures, their codes and their practices. This is what they can do. They can also share some important links which are really valuable for their employees and their employers, so that they can themselves learn how to hone their skills and how to be a perfect employee. Is somebody else wanting to add some point?
Yeah, I would like to add one more thing, and that if any of the organizations need to strategize themselves, like for example, Zomato's has now started a movement of Hyperpure. And Hyperpure is a local stores that are being developed in different cities, which provides the different necessary items. In order to change your strategies, you need to start a new business modules also. You can't stick out with the simple modules. Like for example, the COVID-19 has created that scenario where the people are not going to the online business rightly. They also like to have a feel and touch system also. So why don't you go for an Hyperpure local stores, which the Zomato has started. So in order, the Zomato has started that Hyperpure local store in just Bangalore only. Now they have been moving to Delhi, Mumbai, and to different metropolitan cities where they will be starting this thing. So the organizations always need to move with the new initiatives as per the circumstances that is prevailing in the market.
All right. So coming to the next question. from one of our students who says that in this situation of COVID-19, since the retailing has been impacted a lot, so how to make the customers more engaged and make sure that the sales do not get hampered for the marketer? How to make the customer more, engaged with their systems, with the business systems in the retailing sector?
Okay, so first of all, you have to make sure that the customer should know that your product is well sanitized and is equipped, and your company is equipped to manage this COVID-19 situation. For example, let's say if you're placing an order in a company and that order somehow that product doesn't get delivered to you. Okay, so that feeling shouldn't be there.
The different retailers, when we were onboarding them on an online platform, the different retailers, so they were being made aware about this thing very well. Even though right now we also came to know about the Food License Corporation of India. What they are doing, that they are also providing internal audits to these types of things, that whether they have been provided with the safety measures or not. Like for example, recently I purchased an electronic item, and when I was going to them, first of all they had a hand sanitizer available over there just outside the shop. And when I went inside, there was a temperature available for an electronic shop also. So these are the safety measures that have to be needed out, and the retailers have to be moved out of that things also. Because if these things have been done, then the customer belief will be. This is what I was pointing during my.
Okay. Right. So I'll be taking another last two questions. Someone is wanting to say something. All right.
No.
So coming to the third question again, the student says that in the situation of COVID-19, majority of people are now focusing on starting their startups. So what are the major challenges for entrepreneurs, and what are the key areas that they should focus upon?
Yes, I would like to take this question.
Yeah.
As I discussed with one of the students named as Shatakshi Singh, I was saying that the main focus of the entrepreneur should be their main motto of their organization. Okay, so the customer base that they are focusing, the main focus should to gain the confidence of those customers, because at these times you cannot expect organizations of say small scale to expand, to keep the confidence of the focused customers and to give the deliverables in time, in the within time format. That is how the organizations will survive in the coming time, in a month or you can say post lockdown, because COVID is still here and will remain for at least 1 year till the time a vaccine is being developed, or the herd immunity that we are hearing these days is being developed in the society. And in these times the margins will get squeezed definitely, but to keep the confidence of the customers, that is the main motto.
Okay.
I would like to add one point. Okay.
Yeah.
You should not be thinking about opening a startup just for the sake of opening a startup at this point of time.
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, the real goal of opening a startup should be to actually solve a customer problem. Then only you'll be able to penetrate into the market, because you won't be there's not a single concept that is new at this point of time. Somebody is already working on it. Okay. Yeah. There are very huge chances that somebody is actually working on it and maybe has already developed a product which is already in the market, or working on a GTM strategy, go to market strategy. Okay. So instead of just opening a startup for the sake of opening a startup, don't do that. Okay. And if you want to open a startup, focus on 3 industries I would recommend at this point of time for at least 2 years: education, food and healthcare. Okay. अगर मैं अनपढ़ हूं तो मैं अपने बच्चे को पढ़ाने की पूरी कोशिश करूंगा, चाहे ऑनलाइन ही सही, मैं पढ़ाने की पूरी कोशिश करूंगा. मैं खाना जरूर खाऊंगा, चाहे रेस्टोरेंट से मंगाऊं, चाहे घर पे दाल रोटी बन जाए, राइट? बेसिक फूड इंडस्ट्रीज, हेल्थ केयर, मैं अगर लेट से कोई बीमार होता है, यू विल मेक श्योर कि फैमिली में कोई बीमार होता है तो he or she gets a proper treatment or proper consultation or something like that. Okay, so if you are thinking about opening a startup, try and focus majority on these three categories for the next 2 years at least, because these three things are the basic essence that our lives revolve around. We work for these three things only, and uske baad then बाकी tertiary categories होती हैं जिसमें आप experiment कर सकते हैं.
Right. Thank you so much. So
Okay,
now we have
Radhika ma'am, I have to add something into this, and because one more question I got at the very beginning of this particular session related to entrepreneurship as well, like entrepreneur curriculum already implemented in the UP via Adityanath government as well into that, right? So I have to give the answer of both question as well. First, just to become entrepreneurship is not a thing. Like majority of the individuals have a money in their bucks, and they invested into that and they start the company, or they become a entrepreneur. See, the purpose is to entrepreneur. First of all, you have to learn the proper concept of entrepreneurship. You have to learn all the dimensions of the entrepreneurship. You have to thought of about your idea, then whatever idea you have, then you have to work on the various departments in that particular domain, in that particular industry. You have to create it. You must have a little bit idea about those things. If you don't have those ideas, then you will not able to establish any of the startups or anything, right? First thing. Now I'm coming to that particular part of my first question. Like
Mr. Chandan, sorry to interrupt you. We have a second meeting scheduled at 2 o'clock. So I would request you to just wrap in 10 seconds.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
See, if I talk about the curriculum, it's not only UP government initiative. It's a Indian government initiative as well. You must heard about Skill India program. You must have heard about Startup India program. There is the initiative National Career Services run by the government of India with the collaboration with the Ministry of Labor and Employment Department, right? So definitely you have to follow those things. You have to be skill up yourself. Now lots of vocational programs already implemented into the Indian education system as well. So these are the things that you have to always thought of. Now another aspect is as I told you, training required a lot. Now something like specific training, some specific and essential trainings are also exist. Essentials trainings that is very much required these days. Like we all are either we already a parent or will be parent, right? So definitely you must be aware about the career counseling things for your kids. You must you must be aware about the parental training as well, to give the proper environment to your kids to fight against such kind of crisis situation, right? So these are the few things that is very essential trainings that requires in current days. Now the specific training is like you have to be specific related to your field.
Mr. Chandan, over here I would request students that they can connect with you personally for the counseling.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure, ma'am. Sure.
Right. So now from here, I would request Director Sir, respected Director Sir, to give his conclusive remarks.
First of all, I would like to congratulate all the alumni who came online, because coming online also, at least you spared your time and interacted with the students, sorted out their many issues, gave them strength also. While you were talking to them, naturally you were not only telling them about the problems, but you talked to them about the opportunities which are there in future. And one point which I liked and which was deliberated by which were told by all the alumni, that was opportunities are there. Be it IT field or services or any other field, someone who's from media also, publishing house also. So opportunities are there. So naturally students are required to develop their skill, must learn how to cope up in the digital era. And naturally someone talked about human plus digital both. So it's very important. I mean, the world cannot be automatically be digital 100%. It has to be human element. And the human element, without human element, digital world cannot exist. So great deliberations. I thank you all for your participation and for not I will use the term entertainment, but infotainment of the students as well as faculty members. Thank you very much.
Right.
Thank you, sir.
So I here would like to present the vote of thanks at this point. Any institution's alumni are key to its growth. They are focused on giving a global experience to us. The great thing about our alumni is that you have added a strong muscle to our institute ecosystem. You all can be the most effective reinforcements in guiding our students to stellar academic achievements and college placements. I take this opportunity to thank our respected director, sir, for organizing this wonderful alumni talk series. Also, I appreciate the efforts of Dr. Arpita Srivastava for inviting such a brilliant and amazing panel. We would look forward for such interactions in the future too. Thank you all and stay safe.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir, for inviting.
Thank you all the students.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you very much.